are studying the 8th, inshallah. So let's not waste time further. Let's read one. Who will read? Who would like to read? If anybody can read. 8.
Thou shalt never attempt to understand the true nature of the Creator. It is always about being sure of His existence
through science. Yeah, through science. So, what is it to do with reading the Quran? Before this, I promised something in the email that I forgot. Has any of you tried to read the Quran and try to apply what we have learned thus far and experience something? But have you applied to the principles? Yeah, okay. Let's listen to, she's a brave one. You have to grow up. Yes. Yeah. But loudly.
Noah's wife and Lut's wife, they were both not Muslim. They wanted to out-cheat their husbands, who were prophets. And the 11th ayah talks about Asiya, the wife of Pharaoh, who accepted Musa, and she became one of his followers. And so I think that God, so like when you said that the Quran is trying to talk to you now, here, then, not back then, you, and something else. So I said that, okay, you could either be Nuh or Lut's, like one of the women for Nuh or Lut's wife. You could also be man too. I'm not saying not crazy.
Okay.
You could be like Asiya, like you could be a good Muslim who out-cheats other good Muslims. You could be a bad Muslim who out-cheats Muslims, or actually not a Muslim at all. A person who out-cheats other Muslims and when Muslims are around acts like other Muslims, like a munafiq. Or you could be a good Muslim who helps other Muslims who are in need, like Asiya.
Okay. Now, thank you. Thank you very much. Of course, we have to, yeah, we appreciate her. At least she tried to bring the problem into our very practical present life. Okay? That is to be appreciated. Thank you very much. Anybody else? Yeah, she lives that. Good. Really. Thank you. So anybody else? Any experience? Any try? No, no force. But yeah.
Again, Surah Baqarah, then there are a few lines that describe what is sometimes translated as being like hypocrites, like when the thunder, when it says when the people, like a person will be enshrouded with darkness, and then when the light comes, then they'll step forward, and then when the darkness comes, then they'll hesitate. And so I thought about that and how that relates to just being a hesitant person, where like how I could possibly be hesitant at times and then only feel like what I see absolutely what's present, like only when I have absolute surety move forward, and then if I don't, like it's kind of like faith. I feel like it talks about faith and how a person, should be able to kind of like see the signs and move forward
how did you relate the lightning?
The light.
When they receive the lightning, they step forward, and of course, it is a very. What is the nature of lightning? Not like the sun, but temporary thing. So something happens, they say, yeah, hesitant people, but at the same time, something, when they come across with a light, but temporary light, they go forward.
Yeah.
It means, right, I go forward.
Yes.
And when I fall into despair, or I'm not really very much convinced with any particular subject that really settles down in my heart, what I do, I fall into despair and don't go forward. It means don't really use my human qualities in order to understand what my human anxiety is all about, how to solve it under a permanent light. So that is the sign of in one's hypocrisy. Everybody has hypocrisy. I have some hypocrisy. No one says that I have no sign of hypocrisy at all. It is impossible. So what we do, we don't do it consciously, but definitely we do it somehow, not deliberately, but as a result of neglect, mostly. So while we are neglectful, not looking for a real evidence which will convince me, which will really convince me, and not search for it, stay on the surface, but something happens. I understand that, oh, this life is temporary, for example. Of course, no one can deny that temporariness, transience of the world is the most essential nature of this creation and the most effective nature of this creation. We have to be very thankful for this. Because only through the transience that I understand. But we forget about this reality. We usually tend to see that this world is permanent. We don't want to think about the transient nature of this world. That's our human, if you like, practical shortcomings. It is practical because otherwise we would not be able to live in this world if we see that everything will pass away anyways. Why bother? So in order to arrange our life here, according to the nature, according to how we see the world, practically, we make the things solid, strong, enduring, as if we are going to live here forever. But at the same time, we have to remember the real nature of this world, which is transient. It doesn't mean that we should ignore the word that we have to do something permanent. No, we have to be very careful. Majority of the believers say that we have to live in this world, as if we are going to live here forever. And the other alternative is we have to live in this world for the eternal life as if we are going to die down. Practically speaking, it is impossible. We have to understand that. It is narrated in the tradition, let's say, Muslim tradition. You must have heard of it. But in reality, how this saying, well, I'm not saying hadith or sayings of the Prophet, Some people say yes, some people say no. It's not important. The idea is important. We have to live in this world as if we are going to stay in this world forever. It means in creation forever. Right? This type of life also a part of our creation. We have to pay attention to this. This part of life is a part of our creation. The life that we experience in this world is only a part of our creation, not only our creation or our existence, a part of it only. Why? How do we know? Because it is not our subject, but I will just say it as if we studied this before actually for years. Because we know that our existence belongs to the eternal source. So eternal source, which creates me, gives me existence. Gives me existence. So I belong to him. My existence belongs to him. So I am experiencing this life as it is also said in the tradition, like a dream. Like a dream, according to the reality of existence. Now, I'm getting hot. I am getting hot. The subject is getting hot, I get hot. So, according to the reality of existence, our experience of worldly life is like a dream. I understand, that's my personal understanding, that the creation of the real dream is a help for us, is a clue for us to understand that such thing exists and possible. Do you understand that? Am I clear? No. You know, now, like a dream is different from dream. When I say dream, it means when you go sleep, you dream. You feel another type of experience of existence. Right?
Yeah.
So that is an example created for me to understand that such kind of creation is real. So the worldly life is like a dream as far as our real existence is concerned. We are in dream now. We don't remember before we started dreaming, and we don't remember and we don't have any idea what will happen to me when I wake up. In the dream, we don't know, but sometimes you guess that we are dreaming. So it happens to me. I feel that it is a dream, I think. So you can experience this. That's why we don't remember the beginning. Before we were, some people say, some philosophers say, we are thrown into this world. Thrown. From where? They don't know. It means we are created. We are given existence in this time. But our intelligence, our consciousness help us understand that I have an eternal source. The Creator is eternal. I'm conscious of it. Think about it. My Creator must be absolute. Otherwise, I cannot explain my existence. Impossible to explain the existence of this world. The nature of this world is transient. So the nature of the existence of the universe is transient. Not only my life period is transient. So get rid of this fear of death. It is nothing. Fear of death is nothing. Death is nothing but waking up. Right? Think about it. So, live in this world realizing that your real existence is eternal because you belong to eternal. But it doesn't mean that I have to cheat in this world because it is transient. It's not important. Forget about it. Why do you make buildings or roads or try to do something? But look at our nature, how we are created. We want perfection. That is ingrained into our nature. It's intrinsic with us. Right? So we have to be respectful to this feeling that I have to do whatever I do perfectly. But not for the sake of the comfort that I will experience in this world. For the sake of experience of the Creator, my Creator, who loves perfection. Do you understand? That's why whatever I do, I have to do it in the most perfect way. So, the very interesting saying of the Prophet, which says, "Atqanahu kulla shay in khalaq," which means, and I'm saying this word because we are going to use this word. Atqana means taqana, tekna in Arab. It means technique. The word transferred into Western culture, technique, comes from Arabic tekna. Tekna means atqana in the form of the sayings of the hadith means made everything perfect, solid. How do you say? What? It is strong in the best way, God made everything in the best way. I am here to experience the qualities of God in His name. Since you love to make everything in the perfect form in order to acknowledge your qualities through my actions, I have to make everything perfect as well, as much as I can. If I cheat, if I say, okay, it's not important, you are not going to use these glasses for thousands of years, make it only for 2 until you die, it's not important. When I do this in a sluggish way, not serious way, not the perfect way that I can do, I am denying the quality of the Creator manifested in me, which makes me love perfection. That's why I love my Creator. I know my Creator as the one who makes everything perfect, everything meaningful. I have to make everything perfect and meaningful. So while I am living in this world, now understand the saying now, this Islamic narration. While, traditional narration. While I am living in this world, I have to make it perfect, not because I am going to live here eternally, just because preparing my mission here to get to know my Creator. It means preparing myself for the eternal life. You understand that? Preparing myself for the eternal life. When you prepare yourself for the eternal life, what are you expected to do? To get to know your Creator better, to experience His qualities better in this world. You understand the logic? of the sayings of the Prophet. So it doesn't mean that I am going to make this building so perfect, and at the same time, it is a sort of psychological split. But at the same time, but I have to work for the hereafter, as if I'm going to die tomorrow. Are you going to die tomorrow? Or are you going to live eternally? What? Which one? Which one are you going to experience here? It is impossible. It makes you, it gives you a split personality, or there is a word that didn't come to my mind. Schizophrenia?
Schizophrenia.
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 Frenia.
Schizophrenia. I learned this word for how many years and I couldn't really pronounce it still. Schizophrenia.
Schizo.
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 Schizo. So.
Frenia.
Frenia. Thank you. So, thank you very much. We will work on it. More. You have to remind me and ask me to repeat it so it will become my language. Yeah. So, it is impossible. It is impossible to have two personalities saying that I am going to live here forever, but I'm going to die tomorrow. It is impossible. But turn every transient action that we do in this world by attaching it to the eternal source and use it as a means of acknowledging the eternal source. So I am going to do it, a work here in this world, with a very famous saying, all of you, most of you know, that even now it is going to, the world, the universe is going to be destroyed. Definitely, let's say. Completely destroyed. That is called the doomsday. It's tomorrow. The Prophet says, don't mind. Do your duty. Even if you have one small shoot or plant it. You know that the world is going to be destroyed. Sure. Still you have to plant. Your duty is to experience the manifestation of life, manifestation of perfection. That is an action through which we are experiencing God's qualities. That's what we have to do. So the transient nature of the world should not make me a lazy guy. Right? So that hesitation that the Quran describes, definitely you understood something in your practical life. Sometimes we remember that, oh, for example, somebody dies or something happens, and they call it quote-unquote catastrophe happens somewhere, disaster happens. You get, no, this world is not the permanent place. I have to think about it. And when it passes, because earthquake doesn't happen every day, only happens for 10 seconds, 5 seconds, and then finish. And when it passes, okay, we are here. We are sure that everything is solid now. Forget about it. That is the character of hypocrisy. Don't say that I'm a hypocrite. No, everybody is somehow hypocrite. Don't worry about that. No, the title is not a permanent title for anybody. So don't worry about it. So we have to not only wait, we shouldn't wait only for the earthquake to remind us that this world is transient. We have to have a permanent, satisfied understanding of this nature, of the nature of this universe is not permanent, but pointing to the permanent, eternal Creator. Through its transience, it points to the eternal Creator. Through its nature of transience, it points to the fact that the Creator must be permanent. Everything is changing, but existence is continuing. It means act of creation is continuing. So the Creator, the cause of existence, is permanent. Right? Just experience this. That is the only way to get rid of hypocrisy in our life. That's the Quran is telling us this. When there is the light, they move forward. When the light disappears because lightning, because temporary things that reminds us, not a permanent world view that I have to establish for myself. So if someone says, I don't want to be an hypocrite, I want to have a strong belief, which is permanent and solid, strong belief, then we have to learn how to turn transience into a permanent life for me through attributing the transient world to a permanent source of existence. Do we get this one? That is the only way to get out of hypocrisy. You cannot, I don't see any other way at all. Because whether you can really put yourself into a religious life, I don't want to be a hypocrite. What do you do? I have to be a very religious man. Okay? So you may start doing something, some actions, just keeping yourself busy with religious activities or religious rituals in order to secure your belief is not the real human way of securing one's belief. We have to be comfortable with our understanding of my reality here. Act accordingly. Don't use, or not use really, exploit religious activity to keep yourself busy so that you will be religious. No. Not through the action that we can secure our belief. Through the consciousness of our belief that we can secure our religious actions. Do you understand the difference in approach? Traditionally, we may hear the other way around. No, some. But we have to understand that deeply thinking, how can I solve my problem? How can I get rid of this hypocrisy in my life? Playing two personalities at the same time. When it comes to the word, I really love it. When it comes, sometimes I go, oh no, I'm a Muslim or Christian or I don't know, whatever. So I have to, this is Sunday now, oh God, I have to go to the church now, to church. Or to this Friday, I have to go to mosque. Eh? I'm a Muslim, so I shouldn't forget that. And this sort of personality is a split personality. If any of you study psychology, and it is the source of all insecurity in your existence. That's called anxiety in the technical term, as a technical term, anxiety. Anxiety is the source of all our problems. If you are aware of it. Not a stable life. Not a stable life. Not a stable understanding of existence so that I will feel secure in my being. Really, keep most of the time we play our religious activities as a means of escapism from my reality. We have to be very careful about it. What we have to do, we have to work on belief side of it. Make sure what my existence means to me right now. So settle down there, then you understand that you have to experience the qualities manifested in your humanity are all from the Creator to be used to know Him. It means to introduce Him to your spirit. Where the spirit is or has come from. So, feel at home in your existence. What does it mean, feeling at home in your existence? Anybody? Where you come from, the Creator is the absolute one. Make your existence sure that it belongs to the absolute one. All the qualities in your existence is the qualities of your Creator manifested in your human being in order to be returned back to Him. And that's what the Quran emphasizes. You will be returned back to Him. You will be returned back to Him. Why does it tell me? We said Quran never tells a story. Quran never gives the information. Quran never gives knowledge. What does it do then? It helps me understand my reality, connect myself to my source. So when it says, when you read, those who study the Quran, you will understand that when you read the Quran, how many times it repeats that you will be returned back? وَإِلَيْهِ تُرْجَعُونَ وَإِنَّا إِلَيْهِ رَاجِعُونَ or رَجَعَ, it means return back. What does it mean? Return back. Why does God tell me this? Why? I have to return back. What am I going to return back? All the trust given to me in my existence. For example, you have this sense, you have that sense, you have this emotion, you have this feeling. They are all trust given to you by your Creator and expecting you to return back to Him through your free will. Freely. Think about it. For example, I have this emotion. Where did I get it? It's given to me. So it belongs to my Creator. I have to return back to Him. I have to have love for the world in order to love the Creator of the world. I have to have some sort of fear in this world in order to understand that I have to fear not to return back to the Creator of this sense. So I have to be, the word Taqwa means the being Taqwa. God consciousness means being extremely conscious, sensitive, not to mislead your creation. No, I'm not going to misuse it. I'm not going to exploit it. I have to use it and utilize it in order to fulfill my real mission, which is turning all your human qualities back to its real owner. That's what the Quran says. We have given you the most important trust, which is the ability to know your Creator. So use all your feelings to know your Creator. That makes you secure in existence. Otherwise, you can be religious or none, doesn't matter. Still say, oh, I am done something, but I am not sure about my existence. I don't know. But I just say, okay. I am, God created me and He will take care of the finish. But it doesn't give you security. It doesn't make you really feel confident in your existence. That's the only way to make your existence secure from your side. That's called security. I will call, in this sense, your belief. Security means, in Arabic, amniya. Amniya means your iman. That's the word Quran uses. So those people who believe, who believe, what does it mean? Those people who feel secure. Secure in what? In your existence. By attributing it to a secure source, which is absolute creator. Attributing it to him, using your abilities in his name, in order to acknowledge his qualities manifested in your being, because you are conscious beings. The human beings are conscious beings. You know what you are doing. You know what it means. You can investigate it. Don't be lazy. You can think about it. It's very easy. Really, to feel secure is very easy. Just say, question it. Where did it come from? Where did I come from? Where did my... So I was reading a book that makes me crazy. The author is an atheist. So he says, oh God, how do they live in this world? So gloomy, so bleak, so meaningless. And just before I came here, I am still under the influence of this sentence. We are thrown in this world. From where? Thrown. What does it mean? No security. I don't know who threw me in this world. So, I don't know. I'm just a thrown being. It's so ridiculous. They say we don't know. How come? But we developed as a human being. How developed? And why am I conscious of my existence? If I was a stone, it's all right, but I am conscious of my existence. This consciousness requires or makes it necessary for me to question my existence. And there is only one way to understand that I have a maker. Everything is prepared perfectly by this one, and he must be infinite, absolute. I cannot describe him in terms of this word. So he must be absolute. So I belong to him. I'm not thrown. I belong to him. My existence belongs to him. My worldly life, this worldly life, has a beginning and end. It's just an experience, just special experience. So I have to take care of my consciousness. My consciousness says, question where you came from and what the source of the qualities you have. To what source can you ascribe these qualities? To what source? This consciousness, this awareness, these human feelings, emotions, where do you ascribe them? Even the design in your being, the form of your being, how can you ascribe them to it or to anything? To the particles? To the particles? That's why they cannot say that particles made me. That's why they say we are thrown. Really, I'm shocked. But the book is in my bag. So I am shocked. Oh, how do they live in this world? So security is belief in God. Or, my language was wrong. Security is necessary for human being. And when Quran uses the word iman, belief, in any form, it refers to this security. Right? All those who believe, it means I believe in God. No, 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 no. All those who believe means, do you feel secure in your existence? Do you have any fear of death? It doesn't mean that we should go and die. No, 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 no. Fear of death, the existence of death makes all your appetite go away. Right? The Quran says death is a taste. Do you understand? Za'iqa. To those Arabic speakers, it's a taste. It is a kind of source of pleasure. You know, za'iqa, ذوق. ذوق, translated, you are doing that. I think you know the word. What does it mean? ذوق?
Like a taste, a nice taste.
Nice taste, eh? Why? Because you are waking up from the dream. Get rid of this dream bed, the body. Right? It's the bed. The spirit is living in it. It's a beautiful. You understand that it must be something like that. Otherwise, you cannot explain your existence. No one can. No one can explain the existence of human qualities. Even one day, just like that. Just, here is my hand, right? It's not a magic. I wanted to live, yeah, like this. It stands, it's lifted. How? I just want it. How? Have you ever thought about it? Just I want it. How it works? Who wants it? If you are made of your hand, your brain, your body, your bones, your blood, your flesh, now who are you that you want your hand up? And it happens like that. Huh. This is a magical structure of human being. We are conscious of it. Animals maybe, may not be, we don't know, we're conscious, but definitely we are conscious of it. We have to think. You know, I want to, for example, move my shoulder like that. But, happen? How? Yes, I want it. Who are you? My bones. Who are you? So we say, this is my shoulder. Who are you that owns the shoulder? If you are made of matter. It is crazy. It's crazy. It is absurd, absolute absurd, to reduce human being to their biological structure, ultimately to their particles. It's crazy. They say, this is my brain. I am brain. Look at the sentence. These are the great philosophers. I'm not joking. They are really great philosophers. They are really thinking deeply, but they are within a vicious circle. This is my brain. I am brain. Excuse me. I am brain. Who I? Who is I? What is brain? You are still describing you as an individual independent from your brain, saying that I am brain, saying that this is my hand, this is my brain, right? This is my consciousness. I have an individuality which cannot be reduced to any material thing at all. This is our, if you like, bed. The body is our bed. We are sleeping in it. When somebody comes and says, come on, wake up, get out of the bed, that is the pleasure of the existence that we will, God willing, all taste.
But sometimes you have like a really nice dream and don't want to wake up.
Okay. So if you have a nice dream, okay, you are next to your wife. That's easy to say. When she's not here, we will ask you. Now, transience, transient nature of this world cannot make you feel at home in this world. That's why the continuous change, continuously getting old, getting closer to death is a blessing. Never will say, no, I don't want to go out of this bed. Right? Because everything is subject to change. You are subject to change. You are getting older and older. That is a blessing that we cannot ignore our reality. So fall into the trap of this world and become a materialist man. It means explaining and interpreting the existence of this world only in terms of matter. It is impossible. It's not human. You cannot feel security in your existence if you are a reductionist. You know, it is a technical word. Reductionist means
Reduced to
everything to its elements.
element.
Yeah, material element.
Materialistic.
Yeah, it is reduction. So we cannot have security there. Impossible. Think about it. If you find an answer, apart from this, apart from ascribing your existence to its creator, come and tell me. I will be more than happy. I will appreciate it to convince me. It is impossible. I have been trying to this more than half a century. It is impossible. Everybody will say, oh, this man is interesting. Okay, let me get it. And read it, I understand the discrepancy in his way of thinking. That's my experience. If you like, you can go through the same. Okay. Beautiful. Hypocrisy is not like being an agent, secret agent, or a spy. You're saying that I am a Muslim, but in fact you are not. You are working for some secret agent. No. It is a spy. It's not hypocrisy. It's a spy. It's a profession, actually. So it has nothing to do with hypocrisy. Hypocrisy means although you don't feel secure in your existence, but losing yourself in religiosity so that you won't face your reality. Right? That is why everybody is a little bit hypocrite. We cannot have 100% security. Even I have now, for example, right now, I feel comfortable about my existence. But if I get a telephone from my wife, you will see. God. So, you will start panicking. No. She's a very nice lady. Very nice lady. Really, she may hear it or not. Doesn't matter. I don't care. To the reality, she's a very, very mature lady now. She is now teaching in Duke University. You know, there's a group of people, they love her more than she loves me. So, okay. So very, very mature lady, really. I really appreciate her character. Anyways, but if something happens, I don't want to hurt her, I panic and forget about my reality. Believe me. Because I don't want to hurt her. I'm not like you, man. I'm very timid before my life. You know, if she calls me and said that, if she asks me right now, come, Ali, I will leave and go. I'm not like you. So it means we don't get 100% such security in our life. It is normal. It's human. But we have to seek 100% satisfaction. Try your best. We have to. And try to remember or remind each other. Okay, every day, now it is sun setting now, every day is a reminder, look, day is passing, huh? Nothing is permanent. Nothing remains persistent. Nothing can sustain its existence. Everything is transient. The days pass, seasons pass, years pass. My life passes. Everybody's life passes. Some of them takes 1 minute, some of them takes 1 year, some of them takes century, and I don't know. Some galaxies take to die 10 billion years. Doesn't matter, but pass. They know that everything passes, must have a beginning. That's a very logical statement. Everybody knows that. If something is subject to change, must have a beginning. If something has a beginning, must have an end. That's why these people keep saying that we are thrown, we will be taken away from it without being consulted. They once said, would you like to come out of this room? No. They said, come on, wake up. So, and did anybody ask you if you like to come to this world? They didn't ask me. I don't know. Did you? Said, would you like to come to this world? No. That's why you are created becomes in the language of the, if you like, I don't want to accuse anybody, atheists. Created becomes thrown. Created the conscious act. Thrown is just meaninglessness. That's why they have to deal. They have to deal. I wish you study psychology. They have to deal with the problem of meaninglessness. Although we may have some problems, stresses, etc., we say that I feel depressed. Yeah, depression. I feel depressed. I don't feel I don't want to use this word because it confuses secure, I was going to say. I don't feel really comfortable. It means my existence is fragile. My existence very unstable. The root cause of this feeling is meaninglessness. Watch out this. Is there anybody who studies psychology really? Study? Oh, there were some people, but not today. So, meaninglessness is the source of this stress. So, stress is the source of depression. Depression is the source of many physical and biological illnesses. So we have to be comfortable. There is only one way for human beings to be comfortable, to feel secure in his or her existence. Try to get it. If you don't get it, bring your problems here to this class. We love to solve the problem from the root cause. Not artificial things. You know, Ramadan is coming, please pray more. Yeah, all right, it's okay, but we always concentrate on the foundation. Foundation. It doesn't mean that we shouldn't experience practical things, but we cannot solve any problem. This typical example, if something is wrong with my lungs, I cough. So if someone gives me syrup for cough, what does it mean? Does it cure? Yeah. Does it cure for cough? No, lung needs treatment. That's what we are doing in this class. Yeah? How to get to root cause of the problems, human problems. Okay. 8. We have some 15 minutes or so. 8. Somebody read it. So, you should never attempt to understand the true nature of Creator. What does it mean? Any problem? Any question here? We should never attempt to understand the true nature of the Creator. It means, actually, it is the simplified language, essence of the Creator. In Arabic, that of the Creator. Right? Essence.
Please say that again. I think you mentioned a different word after essence.
That in Arabic. That in Arabic.
That.
Yeah, it is Arabic.
Oh.
But if someone reads some religious Islamic sources, when they hear this word, they should be aware that it is about the essence. But how it is simplified here, true nature of Creator. I want to understand God. For example, it is a vain attempt. We cannot understand God. It means we cannot understand the essence of the absolute. It is a completely different dimension of existence. It is all the types of existence we experience in this world, or all are created, dependent, not self-subsisting, cannot subsist themselves, their existence. We are all dependent. Nothing can protect, preserve its existence for 1 second. It is always subject to change. No one can stop it. I don't want to change now, nothing. Nothing can do it. And everybody knows now in the field of science that none of the people, none of the scientists said that, or can say that now, maybe before, can say that now that molecules, atoms, or particles can stay for a moment, for an instant. No, everybody knows that. It continuously changes. It means we know that nothing in this world can be the creator of itself because, or anything else, because it needs to come into existence. It cannot really sustain its existence so that it will be the source of existence of anything else. We have to establish this. So there must be a source of existence of everything, and this source of existence cannot be of the nature of this universe. So you cannot describe him in terms of this universe. Whatever we observe here, and the qualities we observe in the creation, in this world, the qualities of the beings, they are all given existence. When it comes to the nature, when it comes to the creator, existence giver, so existence giver, it cannot be described in terms of this world. That's why we cannot understand the nature, the true nature of the Creator. But what we have to understand, read the second line. Somebody? You are standing there.
It is always about being sure of his existence through science.
No, being sure of his existence. Being sure of his existence. I think you wanted to ask it, or something comment.
I did want to ask a question, but I'm not so sure if I want to know, but I'll ask it. Where do you draw the line? Because someone can come and say that the Creator is that. Or, for example, he manifests himself through his Son. Or, but then you say that we should not question it, or should not attempt to understand the true nature. And
It's
so
impossible.
well, it's impossible, but then you can use that in the wrong way. You can say, well, yeah, you're not going to understand it, right? I mean,
No.
he manifests himself, in Trinity. You're not going to understand it because it's beyond your understanding.
Whatever they mean doesn't matter.
But that's an example.
Yeah.
So where do you draw the line? Because
No,
it can be
everything here, through science, we can make sure of his existence. Through science, we can make sure of his existence. Signs are not God, the creator. Signs are the pointers. The people, those who study the hermeneutics, if you are familiar with it, they concentrate on this a lot. Every being is a sign in reality, pointing to something else. Because in this world, nothing can be of itself. Am I being so philosophical? Today, I don't know what's happening to me. So, nothing can be of itself. Only everything is a sign pointing to something else. Why? Because in my existence, when you look at me, I am a sign pointing to the qualities of my Creator. Everything is dependent in its existence so that they will function as a sign to their Creator. They will function as a sign to a Creator. So sign means, for example, you make something, okay, and anything. What happens there? It is not you. It is the sign of your ability demonstrated there. It's an example. Although you didn't create it, that's another thing. Don't confuse. That's an example. Analogies must be understood as analogies. I make something, I write something here on the board and go. And you come here and look at this, anything written on the board. You say, there was a human being here, and he knows whatever the language I use there, this one, and he had something to make this, to write this, although you haven't seen me writing that. The existence of this writing here, one word maybe, is a sign. The whole universe is a sign. Every part of universe is a sign to its maker. So we have to look at the signs and see the qualities manifested in the signs. For example, when I write something, you will say, this man didn't have any good handwriting. My handwriting is horrible. So you can see it. If one said, oh, how do you know? No, I haven't seen the man. I don't have to see the man. I'm seeing his work. So this universe points to its creator. That's it. We have to see the signs there. So we have to utilize the universe in order to know the qualities of its maker. Because they are all signs. Everything is a sign. So when we read the Quran, when we see that God in the Quran or in the scriptures, not only the Quran, other scriptures also, describes God, we shouldn't take it as true nature of God. We have to take them, or we have to study this seriously. It's a very serious matter. As a guide for me to read this information in the sentence in order to experience it in this world as find out the signs of it, so attribute it to the Creator and say that the source of the Creator of this must be absolute. But no, I know it is not clear. But I'm under the pressure of time limit. So let me make it in this way. You read that God says in the Quran, in other scriptures as well, God's power is absolute. Okay, وَهُوَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ. You know this, but I don't want to dust that. It's a very famous verse. Everybody knows it, so it is not a sign of knowing something. So I don't want to show it. So God is powerful over everything. It means His power is infinite, absolute. So when you read this hadith, this verse, what are you going to do? God's power is absolute. No. It is a sign, it is a teaching for you. Look at the universe, you will see the manifestations of His power. And when you study the manifestation of His power, you will understand that the source of this power, manifested power, must be absolute. Do you understand that? It is a guide. It is a guide for me, for us. Do we get it? So that we shouldn't imitate the text. We should take it as a guide and look at the word, this word, and see this word as a sign of the Creator pointing that the source of existence of this particle must have an absolute power, because it is created at the same time with numerous, myriad particles, and continuously being changed with no difficulty. Big or small, doesn't matter. Equal. Only in the for the infinite, the numbers, the big, the small, or heavy, light, or whatever, complicated, less complicated, is equal. You understand that? So read the signs pointing to His existence rather than trying to understand how can He be absolutely powerful? How can He have absolute knowledge, limitless knowledge? I don't understand, of course. But He must. The Creator must have an absolute knowledge, limitless knowledge. How do you know? I studied His work. His work, the universe, every single thing is in the universe is a sign to His existence. His being absolute existence and being the absolute source, not of this nature of this world. We are shall we stop here? Because some people came here for prayer, and also we have to leave. We have a limited time. I don't know whether you feel it as a good news or bad news. I'm going a long trip, God willing, this Sunday, and it may take a month. Yeah. So, because I'm long trip, really. It will. So we will let you know when we'll come back. When I come back. So for the moment, I am very sorry also missing these classes, but for the moment, this is the plan during the summer. So you may have some sort of vacation. Read a lot. So, inshallah. Thank you very much. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim. Wa akhir da'wahum an alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.